Hello, this is the TradeSite Forex market preview and international economic data roadmap for the week beginning Sunday, the 31st of March, and ending Friday, April 5th, 2019. Hope you had a great trading week. Here's a look at the dollar index daily chart. Continues to have gone nowhere, although it was up this week. A decent week for us. But we're still stuck in the range that we've been in now for, months, really. Let's take a look at the daily charts of the majors, and then we'll look at the intraday action. We'll go from there. Here's the euro dollar. It's the inversion of the dollar index as usual. Nothing new to say there. The pound dollar. This thing is exactly where it was almost a year ago. Well, definitely 9 months ago. It's exactly there. So it has not moved. This has been one of the lightest years in Forex in a long time. Aussie dollar also flat where it was back in October, which has been 6 months. Euro yen, not doing much either. Pound yen, not doing much either. Pound Swiss, not doing much either. And the New Zealand dollar pair, not doing much either. So there's not much new to say there. Let's look at the intra-week action. Euro dollar high to low for the week was only 120 pips. That's usually average daily range. We took a week to do the whole thing. Obviously, the bigger moves down were on going into Wednesday and then on Thursday, but wasn't very exciting overall. Pound dollar, very narrow. Total range for the week is less than 300 pips. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are dead flat. We finally make a move on Thursday, and that's it. There's not much else to look at from that perspective. From a technical perspective, we don't have any major buy or sell signals, so let's just move into the economic data. Sunday, Australia's AIG manufacturing index, Japan's Tankan manufacturing index, inflation gauge out of Australia, Japan's final manufacturing PMI numbers. Commodity prices out of Australia on Monday at 1:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Retail sales out of Switzerland. Got Spanish manufacturing, Swiss manufacturing, Italian, French, German, all the same manufacturing PMI numbers, and then European one, and then that's all going into Monday morning here in the U.S. Final Italian monthly unemployment rate, and then the UK manufacturing PMI number. CPI flash estimate out of Europe, the unemployment rate out of Europe, those are at 5 a.m. Eastern Time Monday. We've got the core retail sales here in the U.S. That's at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Monday. Manufacturing PMI out of Canada, final manufacturing and ISM manufacturing PMI numbers out of the U.S. Business inventories, construction spending, ISM manufacturing prices, and then Canada's got a governor speaking. Got the NISR business confidence number out of New Zealand, monetary base out of Japan, building approvals, and a rate announcement from the Bank of Australia going into Tuesday. 10-year bond auction out of Japan, Swiss CPI, Spanish, the unemployment change number, construction PMI out of the UK, PPI out of Europe, durable goods out of the US, GDT price index out of New Zealand, total vehicle sales here in the US, not a big deal. AIG services index out of Australia, ANZ commodity prices out of New Zealand, retail sales and trade balance out of Australia at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday. Caxton services PMI, Spanish services PMI, Italian services PMI, French, German, European, UK final services PMI numbers all within 30 minutes of each other going into Wednesday morning here in the U.S. Retail sales out of Europe, ADP non-farm employment change, final services PMI here in the U.S., crude oil inventories here in the U.S., 10-year bond auction out of Japan, German factory orders, housing equity withdrawal out of the U.K., challenger job cuts here in the U.S., unemployment claims in the U.S., IV PMI out of Canada, Natty Gas here in the U.S., AIG Construction Index out of Australia, household spending out of Japan, got China on a bank holiday Friday, leading indicators out of Japan, industrial production out of Europe, trade balance out of France, foreign currency reserves out of Switzerland, Halifax HPI out of the UK, unemployment rate out of Canada, and here in the US, that's one of our big three, so we'll be half size ahead of that on Friday, consumer confidence, and then Australia and New Zealand do their time change finally over the weekend, next weekend. So we'll see what we get. It has not been very exciting. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading week.